Hey, good afternoon. This is Roy, the host of the Business of Business podcast. Just wanted to talk about a tool that I have kind of been reviewing and just actually subscribed to it. Gonna make it part of our the production process of our podcast. I had just fallen into a bad trap about my headlines being way too short for some reason. I don't know where I came up with that idea, but anyway, so one thing I'm looking at doing is making my headlines a little bit longer, but trying to include not only some keywords, but words that get attention. So anyway, I started using CoSchedule's Headline Studio recently, and I've had awesome luck. It's actually increased our viewership by, I'd probably say, about 15 to 20%. I'm trying to dial in our headlines, and still just getting started, so still have a lot of work to do to get even better. But so when you go to when you first sign in, you come to a screen like this. You just type in your headline and of course hit analyze. In this kind of the test headline is 73 easy ways to write a headline that will reach your readers. So it's really cool because it gives you the score. This one here has a headline score of 80 and SEO score of 63. But the really cool thing about this user interface is just all the information it gives you in order to help you kind of dial in on what is going to be a really good attention grabbing headline. So once we do that, what this does, it looks at all the different word usage, the word balance they call it. So here in the middle of the screen, you'll see all the words that were in our headline. If they're verbs, nouns, you'll see that there are different categorizations like common, uncommon, emotional, and power. So we see ways is an uncommon word, but then also reach is one of our power words. So it's good to have a good mix. And of course, this has a red score, a red mark by the word balance. So we know we could probably do a little bit more work there to increase our uncommon word usage and emotional. That's the other thing that I am, I'm more analytical. So trying to really dial in on that emotional word usage, very, very helpful for me. So in the next screen, this kind of gives a look at the different categories that they're looking at. Word count, word character, important for me because like I said, I was writing really, really short headlines. So what I'm trying to do is stretch those out, but depending upon how big of word that you may use, you could run your character count way up, which is, starts to detract. And there's a sweet spot of 12 words and about 70 characters. So it's good to watch those. And then also our grade level reading. Want to make sure that we keep this to I think they usually say like a 5th or 6th grade. You can see that the lower, anything under 6 and below, starting to turn green. As we get up higher than that, you can see once we write at a 12th grade level, we lose people's attention. So also, it's not just about people being able to read it. It's also about the scannability. Can you just scan over it quickly, get the message without having to stop and think about the words that are being used? So this one, the next screen is the Thesaurus, which you can see opens up down the right-hand side. And then also we do have the different word banks. So this is really helpful for me as well. As you can see here, our uncommon usage or uncommon word usage is a little bit low. So we can go back to this last screen. You can use the link here to open up the emotional word bank, the uncommon word bank, or common word bank. Just maybe see what are some different words that we may use to take the place of other words to either increase or decrease these different categories that we're looking at. So now this is the SEO score. So what they do, this will look at some competition headlines that are out there, and it'll actually ranks and scores it. So again, this SEO score is a little bit low. And what we can do is look here and find out that our headline itself is about at that 80 percentile compared to the competition that's out there. But if we look at, well, these are the competition results, what they got, the 81, 83, just different variations of what we've got going on. Also, well, this comes right to the end of it. The other nice thing I like about this is if you look down the left-hand side, this keeps track of each variation of the headline that you try. So it gives you a lot more freedom to keep trying. I think that it's suggested you try anywhere from 20 to 25 versions of every headline just to see if you can tweak it. Like this one here started out how to write a headline. Again, this is where I was there for a long time, very short, but what it does, that got a 46. So it allows us to keep tweaking this headline till we finally got it up to an 80. Now, the other thing that can happen is you mess around with it too much and you'll start to see it going down. But again, you have a record of the different headlines that you've tried. So it's really easy to go back, and even if you start going in the wrong direction, you can go back and find the one that was the highest. If you look at it in the top right, this keeps track of how many I guess attempts that you have. They're different packages, and you'll have to go over to the CoSchedule headline studio page to get the pricing and how many headlines and how many tries you get with each headline. But this also keeps score of that for you. Just look back here and see any other tools that I really like. Again, we didn't talk about everything, but you got your word balance, word count, character count, headline type, grade level. So once these all turn green, you're on the right path. Like this one here, again, just maybe tweaking that word balance just a little bit. But this is one of the best interfaces. It's not only the interface, I really like it because it gives you a lot of information in a colorful style that really jumps out, so you don't have to dig through, because there's a lot of information on each page, so you're not having to dig through here trying to figure out what's what. You got the score that'll just tell you if it's red, yellow, or green, help you move on. I always try to get, once the headline score gets in the green, typically this SEO score will follow, so I like to have both of those in the green before I move forward with using it. The other thing when we talk about competitors, a lot of competitors, they may score it, but they really don't give you examples of how to fix it. And that's the other great thing about this interface that CoSchedule has developed, is that it gives you, it kind of leads you in the right direction, some things that are suggested to change in order to bring that score up. Like I said, emotional words are something that I'm not that good at getting in there, that this has really helped me with. I'm more analytical, so basically the facts. And as you'll see, the bottom left, the how to write a headline is short and basic, got a really bad score. So once we kind of jazz this up, get some power words in there, throw some emotional words in there, then our score is typically much better. And also I like this way that it lines out what each of your words are, because it really gives you a visual on, we've got a couple power words here, so we could use more. Really only, there's no emotional words. So, trying to plug some emotional words. The other thing I figured out a little bit too is asking questions, how-tos, or do you want to learn how? Those are great. You can write it. It doesn't, again, I'm not I'm not an English major by any matter, but you can actually write this in two parts. Would you like to learn more? ? Okay, go read this. Anyway, you can just style it however you like there. But anyway, that was all I wanted to do, is take a few minutes, talk to you a little bit about CoSchedule's Headline Studio Pro. It's been awesome. Go over and check it out. Talk to you soon. Thanks.